backstabbing and scheming and arse-licking and money-grubbing. Sometimes I don't know what holds it together.
Our marriage.
Game of Thrones is full of wars, betrayals, and dragons. Yet sometimes the quietest moments hit the hardest. One such moment is a short exchange between Robert and Cersei Baratheon in Season 1, Episode 5, The Wolf and the Lion. It might be the most honest scene in the entire series. No swords, no councils, no spectacle, just two people, broken by their choices, sharing a rare moment of truth. The scene takes place shortly after Ned Stark resigns as Hand of the King. Robert's order to assassinate the pregnant Daenerys Targaryen has fractured his friendship with Ned. The cracks in his rule are beginning to show. Cersei fears that Robert might discover her secret. Her children are not his, but her twin brother Jaime's. Beyond the Red Keep, whispers of rebellion and a Dothraki invasion grow louder. Inside this small chamber, all of that tension turns personal.
Suppose this is where you tell me to give the job to your brother Jaime.
What starts as just another bitter argument soon becomes one of the most vulnerable conversations in the entire series. Here is what makes it so fascinating. This scene was not written by George R.R. Martin. It was created by David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the showrunners often criticized for the later seasons. And yet, in this moment, they crafted something Martin himself might have been proud of. A scene that is entirely about humanity, regret, and love lost. Robert Baratheon is often remembered as a drunk and a brute who stumbled into kingship. But in this scene, he shows a deeper side. A man haunted by clarity.
Still those in the Seven Kingdoms who call me usurper.
He understands exactly what the realm thinks of him. He knows his rebellion traded one tyrant for another kind of decay. A kingdom ruled by apathy and greed. He sees it all, yet can't bring himself to fix it.
How long do the people of the Seven Kingdoms stand behind their absentee king?
This isn't self-pity, it's awareness. Robert knows the throne he won through fire and blood means nothing now. He can't fight politics the way he fought wars, and that realization has hollowed him out. Across from him sits Cersei, armored in pride and wit. For years, she's worn her father's coldness like a shield, but in this scene, that mask begins to slip.
It's a neat little trick you do. Move your lips and your father's voice comes out.
It's a brutal truth, and she knows it. Cersei has spent her life trying to think like Tywin, to be feared, not loved. But even Tywin never had to live beside someone who despised him. Her silence speaks louder than her words. For a moment, she isn't the queen. She's just a woman who once loved a man who never loved her back. Then Robert says the line that defines both of them and the realm itself.
Our purpose died with the Mad King.
After the rebellion, the Seven Kingdoms lost the one cause that united them. Without that shared purpose, ambition filled the void, and just like the realm, their marriage exists only on the surface, held together by routine and memory. When Robert asks what still binds the realm, Cersei answers, "Our marriage." It's a cruel joke and a sad truth. Their union, meant to unite houses, has become a mirror of the kingdom itself. Fragile, loveless, barely holding. And then the conversation takes its most heartbreaking turn. For the first time in 17 years, Cersei dares to ask about Lyanna Stark, the woman Robert never stopped mourning.
I only know she was the one thing I ever wanted. Someone took her away from me, and 7 kingdoms couldn't fill the hole she left behind.
It's one of the most devastating lines in the series. Not because of what he remembers, but because of what he doesn't. Robert can recall every man he's killed, every detail of every battle, but the face of the woman he claims to have loved, gone. Because he didn't love Lyanna Stark, not truly. He loved an image of her, a dream he built to justify everything he lost. Cersei, on the other hand, loved Robert for who he was, the hero of her childhood dreams. But she quickly learned that her husband's heart belonged to a ghost. How do you compete with a memory? You don't. You harden. You learn to hate. Her confession is raw and painfully human. She isn't scheming here. She's mourning the life she never got to live. The tragedy is that both of them finally understand each other, right when it no longer matters. Cersei finishes her wine and leaves. Robert sits alone, silent. No victory, no forgiveness, just 2 lives spent chasing ghosts. This is what makes the scene unforgettable. It captures the soul of Game of Thrones, not politics, not the war, but the heartbreak that power leaves behind. When George R.R. Martin said, "The only thing worth writing about is the human heart in conflict with itself," this is what he meant. For all its dragons and kingdoms, Game of Thrones is a story about people. Flawed, fragile, and painfully real. In this quiet moment between a king and his queen, we see the entire tragedy of Westeros condensed into a single truth. Even power can't fill the emptiness left by lost love. So maybe the greatest scene in Game of Thrones isn't the one with the most blood or the biggest twist. Maybe it's this one. Two people in a small room finally being honest and realizing honesty changes nothing.